Hello everyone, Storm101 here. Today we'll be watching a rapidly deepening low pressure system be moving across parts of the central U.S. and even getting up to parts of the Midwest. This could bring a blizzard, a lot of wind, and also a rare severe weather setup for parts of the Midwest as well. And that cold front will be sagging a little further to the southeast. Could bring a little bit of a flood threat for parts of the lower Ohio Valley down to the Texas-Arkansas region. Plus, we'll have an early look beyond. What is Christmas week looking like? So we're going to get started with the Watchboarding Map, and the Eastern U.S. quiet, mainly quiet across the Eastern U.S., but it's a different story when we get to the other side of the country. Look at all them alerts. In those pink and purple colors, those are winter-related alerts. The pink colors, those are winter storm warnings. Those purple colors are winter weather advisories. And then you see this large area here of dark brown colors. These are high wind watches, and I don't ever recall seeing a very large region with high wind watches before. But wind gusts could be as low as 55 miles an hour, possibly as high as 70 miles an hour, maybe a little higher some places, especially a little further to the southwest out here. We can sort of see pretty strong winds out of this system here as well. There's also going to be some fire danger issues across parts of Colorado, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas, and also Kansas as well, with some of those strong winds and that very dry air that could create some wildfire issues down there as well. So we're going to get started with the NAM model, and lots of snow going to be happening for the Sierra Mountains in California. Even again, really, generally, most of the Rockies will at least experience some snow out of this event. But whenever it leaves the Rockies, it'll start to rapidly deepen here. Could maybe a bomb cyclone, we'll see. Could be a bomb cyclone. 984 millibar low in southwestern Nebraska. There's some snow on the backside of the system here. You can already tell here you got a strong southwest wind flow here coming from Texas and Oklahoma. Parts of it will be coming from the Gulf of Mexico. They'll be bringing up some milder air. And also, it'll be a little bit humid as well. Certainly a very rare severe weather setup with something like this. I mean, this is something you don't typically see in December. Got a lot of snow on the backside there. There's a pretty good probability that's going to be a blizzard. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you got another 80 millibar low with snow on the backside, there's a good chance it's going to be a blizzard. Strong wind seems a good bet on the backside there with a combination of moderate to times heavy snow. Yeah, pretty good chance there's going to be a blizzard back there. A little bit uncertain what the snowfall totals for right now, but we could certainly see a decent amount of snow. Now, unfortunately, this system will be moving very fast, so this could be a pretty quick hit of some moderate heavy snow, but we could see some snowfall accumulations across those regions as well. You can see here how that continues to really develop here. And here's your cold front right here. There is some shower activity along that as well. Well, let's kind of get in a little bit more detail with that setup there, with that severe weather setup. So we're actually kind of looking to the higher-res NAM since it's a little bit more of a higher resolution model. We're not going to check out the reflectivity because the accuracy of it is just pretty bad. Let's be honest here. The accuracy with the reflectivity for the higher-res NAM is pretty bad. However, with the environment status, it's actually a pretty good model to use when it comes to environment and stuff like that. So we'll check that out. So it'll be pretty calm here. This is the 850 millibar winds, by the way. And as that system here kind of gets closer to the Midwest, you can certainly see here with increased values there, with the low of a jet is getting stronger across parts of Kansas. Underneath that will be some pretty strong winds. And then here comes the big system here. And underneath this strong low of a jet will likely come with very strong winds. Even without showers and thunderstorms, winds could gust up to 60, maybe as high as 65 miles an hour in some places. But it's certainly going to be a widespread wind gusts of 40 plus for a lot of us. Could see wind gusts of over 40 miles per hour. And you can see right here, this is another large low warm sector here. Really in the red colors is what I would consider a pretty good low of a jet. But the yellow colors, that's where we have at least 65 knots. Some places up to 80 knots. which is a very strong low-level jet. So there's going to be a lot of wind shear with this environment here, no doubt about it. If you're going to have a rapidly deepening cyclone, good chance there's going to be a lot of wind shear. Plus, this trough area will be turning a little bit more negatively tilt as well, so it's also going to be another negative tilt trough for us as well. However, there are limiting factors. One of those is dew points. As we kind of check out the dew points here, you can see here, it's actually a little bit more aggressive with the dew points there. Low 60s is generally what you will want for some severe weather, but even for upper 50s can still be favorable for some thunderstorm activity as well. And then again, more dew points will be a limiting factor with this as well. But generally, the area here to watch here for strong to severe storm activity will probably be across parts of Iowa. Could get as far north as parts of southeastern Minnesota and southwestern Wisconsin, and maybe into northern Missouri as well. That's the area I'm kind of focused on with this setup here, is in those areas here. And maybe as far southwest. It could go a little far southwest than that, maybe into parts of Kansas and maybe Oklahoma as well. Could see some strong storms out of this. There'll be a decent amount of wind shear down there as well. If we do compare it to the NAM here, this is the model we were looking at earlier. It's not as aggressive here with those dew points, but it is pretty similar though. Upper 50s, some places low 60s. The dew points won't be very impressive here. Now the good news is with a setup like this, but the dew points won't be high as the event that we had back on December 10th in the Lower Ohio Valley. Dew points were in the mid to upper 60s. With a setup like this, it's only going to be upper 50s to isolated low 60s with the dew point. So we're not expecting this to be a historic event or anything like that, but it is a rare setup to have dew point values like this so far north. It will also be pretty mild as well here. Temperatures will be deep in the 60s for a lot of them, so record highs could be in play for a lot of areas as well. You can certainly see here widespread upper 50s to low to mid 60s if we compare it to the NAM. It's pretty similar as well. Mid to upper 60s for parts of Missouri, back down to parts of Oklahoma, so well above normal temperatures. Temperatures could be 40 degrees above normal, so very warm temperatures are certainly going to be in play out there as well, which can certainly help make the air a little bit more unstable. Let's talk about the instability. This is going to be another limiting factor here, and I've just noticed something else here that not many people probably mentioned. Do you see all this hatched area in here? That is cyan, and this could really limit your severe weather potential. And it's not just a little bit cyan. It's actually could be a lot of cyan. Usually, values below negative 100 is a lot of cyan. Now, I can slip by with maybe negative 25 cyan. That's not too bad, but past negative 100, that's a lot of cyan. And I'm just going to tell you guys straight up, I highly doubt any thunderstorms or showers will develop with something like this. Let's get a sounding out here. Now, Cape 400 is good for severe weather, at least for how much wind shear is out there. 400 Cape is pretty good. I'll say it's good, at least good enough for some strong severe storms. But look what happens here eventually when the sounding pulls up here. Now, there is going to be some good lap rates here. There's a good hodograph here, but there's one issue here. Look in the mid-levels. Very strong capping. Yeah, very strong capping there. When you get a strong cap like that, absolutely no way you're going to get showers of storms to form in a cap like that. Now, I mean, there's just absolutely no way. Despite it having some good mid-level lap rates, that's a very strong cap. I mean, no storm or shower is going to form with it. Now, the cold front will help bring up some lift, so maybe some showers may try to form through that cap. We'll see. But either way, outside of showers, you're still going to experience very strong winds. So even if you don't get showers or thunderstorms, you're still going to experience strong winds. And it could be strong enough to do some damage out there as well, mainly trees, Maybe some outdoor buildings could get some damage on it as well, with winds that strong as well. So, and plus for showers, even for a shower, you could still experience damage of winds. So that'll be my main concern here with a setup like this. Will probably be the damage of wind threat. I mean, the amount of wind shear and how strong the low jets out there is just ridiculous out there as well. And you can see here, the farther east you go, and especially when you kind of get deeper to the night, those instability values just go down. Now down to parts of Oklahoma, though, some of those instability values do go up a little bit, and there's actually no sign in down there. Let's check out Northeastern Oklahoma real quick before we move on here. So really, overall, the chances for strong and severe storms are low right now. Now, the SPC did have a special day 3 afternoon update, which they added a marginal risk for some of those areas. But right now, the confidence is kind of decreased here. Confidence was better before, but now it seems like confidence has decreased. But checking out the sounding, though, it's not a bad sounding at all. The low of a jet's not very strong out there, so that may decrease your tornado potential. But there's a decent hodograph. There is some wind shear out there, and there is some instability. So there could be some strong storms in that top end environment as well. Plus, there's a pretty good elevated mix layer there as well, which will help with thunderstorm development as well. So there could be some strong storms across parts of Missouri, Kansas, and probably in Oklahoma as well. But it seems like confidence is decreasing for Ayersville for up north. That's something I didn't really know until I looked at the models this evening here. Is to sign in. Before yesterday, I made a tweet about it. The models were not really showing a whole lot much of the way to sign in until now. So yeah, on that. But it seems like the chances for severe weather with that is decreasing. So let's kind of move on here. Let's kind of look at a little bit beyond that system here. And like I said here, that cold front will move into parts of the Ohio Valley down to the Texarkana. This will eventually stall out, and whenever it stalls out, a new low will develop along the front, which will bring in another wave of some moisture, which you can see here. The rain chance is going to go at least beginning from Thursday through Friday, and eventually into Saturday as well. And with a setup like that, you could see some flash flooding as well with those multiple rounds of some of those showers and storms. Here's some rainfall totals from the GFS. And you can see here really a general 1 to 3 inches of rain here. There is quite a few areas that could see over 2 inches of rain as well. Even for 2 inches of rain, you could see some flooding issues as well. Some of those creeks and streams are running a little bit above normal right now, especially for those rivers. As well, the grounds are saturated with some past weather events as well. So it's not going to take a whole lot of rain to get some flooding problems out of this as well. Now, good news is it won't be happening one day. It's actually going to be happening over 3 days. So that's not too bad there. So, but it is something to keep an eye on. But that's the GFS. Here's the European model. It's a little bit more aggressive, back into parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and northeastern Texas, but it still shows a similar solution here, but a little bit more expansive here. It does expand a little further up north as well. But if we do check out the GFS ensembles, it's a little bit more similar to the GFS. But then again, this is a mean of 20 members, so of course the rainfall totals won't be very high. But it does also show a general 1 to 3 inches of rain as well from southwestern Kentucky to central Arkansas. So some flash flooding may be possible really for the Texarkana up into parts of Kentucky. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. All right, let's kind of go beyond that time period. So let's talk about a little bit about Christmas week. So this is getting into December 20th here, and this is a mean of 20 members, by the way. It usually this far out, you kind of have to look into some ensemble members to see if there's a good agreement or not. There actually is a decent agreement here around Christmas time, which I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But as we kind of go through the day on Monday, there could be some ridging across parts of the eastern U.S. There is some troughing across parts of the north and west. As well at around that time period. Here's Tuesday. Some ridging does develop across parts of the Severed Plains in the southeast. Troughing across parts of the north here. Looks like a low pressure system may move into the northeast by Tuesday. And let's kind of get closer to Christmas here. This is very interesting here. There goes December the 24th. Ridgings does start to expand and get a little bit stronger, and you also got a trough to the northwest. Here's December 23rd, and here's Christmas Eve. And for this far out, we're at least 10 days out, so this can change. But for the GFS almost this far out, this is actually a pretty decent agreement here, especially for the trough there. It's actually got good confidence that there's going to be troughing in the northwest. So that kind of increases your odds for a white Christmas for the northwest, mainly in the higher elevations, possibly the lower elevations, we'll see. But there's a pretty good opportunity that the higher elevations in the parts of the western U.S. can see a white Christmas this year. It's certainly there. However, for the eastern U.S., the chances for a white Christmas, at least for right now, do look to be very slim. Now, from last Christmas, we had a winter storm across parts of the Ohio Valley, which is very rare for that to happen. But for a white Christmas 2 years in a row, I have doubts on that. I mean, I believe that is completely unheard of in this part of the U.S. So I have high doubts we're gonna have a white Christmas again this year. And then again, that's Christmas Eve, and then here's Christmas Day here, December 25th. You still got that southeast ridge here across the southeast, but you also still have that trough as well. This could indicate an active pattern here. Unfortunately, this could lead to more severe weather setups and maybe a lot more rain as well, so that's something we have to watch for as well. Actually, we'll check out the 7-day precipitation anomalies, and surprisingly enough, it doesn't show a whole lot of rain out there. I figured it'll show a little bit more out there. Actually, it does show more rain earlier on here. So this is for days 4 through 10. So this is from December 16th to the 23rd, above average anomalies across parts of the Ohio Valley region, which could mean a active pattern for some weather. And you can see here, eventually getting closer to Christmas here, those anomalies do back off as well. So it'll be something to watch there. Now, the European Ensembles does not go as far as the GFS Ensembles, only got as far out as the morning of December 23rd. However, it is very similar to the GFS Ensembles, so there is an agreement this far out. But I do warn you guys, this will likely change since we are about at least 10 days out. But if the models are correct, we could see some troughing for the northwest. There could be a low pressure system somewhere just east or northeast of the trough. And looks like there'll be some milder conditions across the eastern U.S. as well, which can decrease chances for a white Christmas. So at this point here, it looks like the chances for a southeast ridge seems to be a little higher, and it looks like the probability for a troughing for the northwest could be a little bit higher as well. One thing I almost forgot to show you guys is the CFS weekly here. Let's see what it kind of shows for Christmas week here. So this is for days 8 through 14, and it's pretty similar to the ensemble members here, ridging across the south and east and troughing across the northwest. Pretty favorable setup for some active weather, if you are a fan of active weather anyway. And for what this leads to, well above normal temperatures across the east, below average temperatures across parts of the northern plains and the west coast states. If we do check out precipitation anomalies, it's not very impressed there, but also we're not surprised if some of these anomalies here do go up for some of these areas in here as well. To me, it looks to be a favorable setup here for some active weather across parts of the eastern U.S. at around this point here. But then again, it could change here. But it is something to watch for now. But anyways, guys, this is all for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you like my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notifications so you never miss an upload. If you've got some questions about this, put in the comment section down below. I want you guys questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.